Hey y'all, made a much better stasis build that I'm probably going to keep for a long time. Resorted back to osmiomancy, but I will explain how this can be pretty much just as good on Balladors as well. It's just up to personal preference for the most part. I can't take full credit for this combo that this build's focused around. I saw it on another YouTuber's channel. I'll make sure to link his channel in the pinned comment with the dim link. But I saw him using Verglass, however you pronounce it, with a Envious Assassin waveframe launcher. And what you do is you spawn the crystals with the bow, then swap to the waveframe, shoot it, then swap back to the bow as soon as you shoot. And the waveframe will shatter the crystals. They'll get kills, which count as kills with the bow, which reloads the waveframe because of Envious Assassin. So I wanted to use Verglass with Ice Flare to where I could still take advantage of Whisper of Shards for even more grenade regen. So if you watch that short little clip I put on the channel, you saw how you pretty much you want to be throwing every grenade you get, because otherwise you'll be wasting them. You'll be getting them back so fast. So literally anytime you have a grenade charge, just throw it, even if there's nothing to hit with it. But I'm using Ice Flare Bolts and Glacial Harvest because the Frost Armor is nice with Whisper of Rime. You'll be spawning plenty of shards to pick up. Whisper of Refraction, just to have a rift in case you do end up needing some healing. You always have a rift. Whisper of Conduction, so you don't have to worry about chasing down your shards. And, of course, Whisper of Shards for even more grenade regen because you're shattering so many crystals. Then I'm sure you all know what Ice Flare Bolts do. You get two Cold Snap grenades, and when they hit stuff, they regen themselves some. So I'm running a Harmonic Siphon, which does trigger off of the crystal kills. Font of Wisdom, and a special ammo finder so that all the kills with the crystals will give you more grenade launcher ammo. And I'm using a grenade kickstart because I'm running Elemental Charge, and I'm getting a lot of armor charge stacks that are going to waste otherwise, so I thought why not just have even more grenades. And then a Momentum Transfer for more melee. 3 Harmonic Reserves, Elemental Charge, a heal on Orb Pickup, because that's the one thing you're lacking is some healing. Orbs of Restoration, and then a Font of Restoration and Time Dilation. Then I'm using my Precision Instrument Envious Assassin new Vice Stasis Fusion. The alternative to this with Balladors, I would swap out Ice Flare for Frost Pulse and run Dusk Field, and then probably swap... No, I'd probably leave the fragments exactly how they are, honestly. But that's pretty much the only changes I would make. And then maybe a bit more mods set up towards Rift Regen. But I'll show it in action now. Start by getting some kills with the bow. Go ahead and throw your grenades out. Uh-oh. That's the only issue with wave frames. They don't work upstairs. Let's get rid of these. Alright. Here we go. Like I said, just place your rift whenever you need a heal. You gotta be careful about the wave frame. Sometimes it just decides not to detonate them, but when it works, it really works. Seems to work better if you do, like, spread them out a bit. There you go, there's a good example. Just use my super up. I haven't paid much attention to how fast you get your super back with this build, so I just want to check it. You also pretty much always have all frost armor stacks up, which is nice. Like I said, literally never sit on a grenade charge. You can see there how the crystals pay for themselves when you get a bunch of kills with them. They just replenish themselves. This build ain't no crazy damage dealer, but when enemies are spaced the right way, you can just lock down entire rooms with a couple cold snaps. See how fast you get your grenades back. There was a good example of how well it can chain into itself if you're given enough enemies to kill. But there you go. I feel like that was a pretty good demonstration of how it chains into itself. I'm sure you can imagine how much more potent it would be if it was a lot more enemies, like in Onslaught or anything like that. You'd just be getting so much shatter damage stacking up. You could also, if you don't want the Rift regen, you think you're just good enough to play without the Rift healing, you could go for Whisper of Fissures for even more damage on shatters. Or orbs from killing frozen enemies. Up to you, really. But I guess that's it. Here's the mods again. And if you care, the fashion. Hope y'all enjoy.